I got something weird happening at my house I got to talk to you about.
Sure. Lay it on me, my man.
All right, so I've got this window, right? And you window, right? You follow?
I wasn't sure if you were in a basement unwindowed unit, but okay.
All right, so outside, there's ivy on the back of my building,
Mm-hmm.
and it for a while it grew up and it got on the outside of the window and it was kind of it's really grown wildly and nobody takes care of it or anything. I've done nothing in the building. They don't really do anything here. And so I just was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's nice to see some green. It reminds me of Wrigley Field or something. That's kind of nice. But now, just sometime in the past few weeks, like since spring, this plant has gotten way too aggressive, and it crawled inside my house. Like, like the top part of, in between where you open the window, like the middle part of the window where there's like a crack from the outside window and the inside window.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's crawled up in between there. And the reason there's room to do that is because it's where my window air conditioning unit is.
Oh.
So it crawled up inside. Now it's fully reaching inside my home, and it reaches towards the AC unit.
That's so cool.
Like it's a living thing. I know it is a living thing, but
No, I know, but yeah, it's like it's alive. It's
like it's thinking.
Oh, it's cool in here. Mm.
Right. It's
you running an air conditioner?
Uh-huh.
Mind if I come in?
But it's kind of creeps me out. Like it seems like it's
it's got a mind
taking
of its own.
over got a mind of its own, and it's really taking over. And I've done absolutely nothing to stop it.
Have you ever watched like plant stuff or flowers or plants, trees, any of that stuff in like time lapse sped up?
Yeah.
Then
dude.
it totally seems alive.
Right.
Like the way it moves, it'll move back and forth and like kind of like change. I mean, it is alive. Like we said, we know it's alive, but like it's thinking, like it has a brain.
Right. It's got a plan.
Yeah.
That's what scares me the most. But it's so weird because you never see it move or grow, but then you come home and it's moved and it's grown.
Right. It's wrapped around your Sammy Sosa cutout.
Right. At some point, it will take over my whole place if I do nothing. There's a lot of it. Like
you should let
lot. And it is kind of nice that I've got no other plants. So there's some part of me that's like, oh, it's green and natural. But the other part of me is like, it looks kind of weird having this plant creep into my home.
Right.
And I don't, at some point,
awesome.
It might steal my AC unit. I don't know what's going to happen, but so I don't know if I'm going to act on it or not.
It's like some Jumanji shit.
Yeah. Or I know we've talked about many. Do you remember the period of time? You might not actually, but I have vague memories of the period of time when Rick Moranis was in every movie from like in the late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay. Never seen it.
Okay. It's about this plant that he has to feed people to. He buys it. It's just like this little alien plant. And then he noticed one day he cuts his finger and he starts sucking it. And then he notices when the plant hadn't eaten it was dying until he saw him sucking his finger. And then it started going like, let me have some of that. So he lets the plant suck his finger. And then like the plant starts thriving and he's feeding him blood every day and he's getting bigger and stronger. And then he starts talking and actually singing, and the plant has a pretty amazing voice. And then he goes, and then he feeds Steve Martin to it. But Steve Martin's like a real jerk dentist that beats on his girlfriend, so he figures it's okay.
He deserved it.
Yeah. So I've seen that. I watched that movie a lot when I was little, apparently, because I don't know. I liked it. There's singing and Rick Moranis and Steve Martin and Bill Murray's in it. It's a great cast. But
directed by Frank Oz, the Muppet Man.
yeah,
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, I want to see that. I know of it. I've never seen it though.
Yeah, great, very good soundtrack from what I remember. As a kid, like
Okay.
I remember the plant was really also very scary to a kid though, and so that stuck with me. And right now, that's what this plant reminds me of a little bit. Like it wants to, like it might eat my dog or something.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared to leave the dog home alone with it, but I'll come home and he's just swallowed up my Yorkie.
Hank?
Oh,
there's just
plant.
A collar hanging from one of the branches of the ivy. Tiny little collar.
Oh,
or it's going to tickle your feet while you sleep.
Right.
Oh, that feels good.
I kind of feel like it is going to get into me, into my room at some point. So I guess I should just buy some pruning shears and.
I mean, is it that you can't just take a scissors?
You could take a scissors, but that doesn't feel like
official enough.
Official, exactly.
I gotta go get
some gardening gloves.
I need a spade.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though. I don't know. Some people love the ivy indoors. But I mean,
should I let it happen?
No, it's dangerous.
Should I submit?
It's not your building, but I think it's pretty much established that ivy is very bad for an edifice.
For a building?
Yeah, because it's little feet that it uses to grip onto like walls deteriorate the, spackle, whatever the shit
really?
That's between. Yeah,
so my building might fall down.
Yeah, it's more prone to that, definitely.
Shit, that sucks.
There's a building by my office that's actually owned by the Cards Against Humanity folk.
What? It's awesome.
And I think it's in the process now of undergoing extensive overhaul, but it was like overtaken by ivy. And it looked kind of cool, but like we would be walking to work and there'd just be like bricks on the ground, like shattered brick. Like it could have killed somebody.
Dude, that's scary because sometimes I go out in the back and I worry something's going to fall on me.
Yeah, ivy, it's not good. It looks good on the house, but I think for the most part, most types of your ivy that grow up things will kind of fuck them up over time. Because they latch on,
Yeah, I could imagine that. I mean, I've seen what this plant can do. It's kind of scary, so maybe I should take it down from the roots, go down to the basement or wherever, find the source.
Maybe you have to feed Hank to it.
Maybe I do, or
you've had a good run.
Or find like some, my dentist or somebody, see if he's got an evil side.
Hey, anybody cheat on their wife? I got some ivy that needs some satisfying.
Hey, you, do you have an evil, like a really dark side to you? I need you to come over and just stand by my plant.
But that is spooky. It's like a weird invasion of your space by a living,
so strange because it's
that you don't really understand.
At first, it was just one little strand that came through. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny. That's a funny accident." But now it's clear that it's reaching to try and get it's loving the cold air. Mm-hmm. Like it can't get enough.
Turn it up to high, Grease.
And you've seen it, like I've seen it from the other side, like house plants when I was growing up, reaching for the sun about the window.
Oh yeah.
Like reaching in towards the window, so that makes sense that it would go for the sun, like natural photosynthesis shit, but reaching for unnatural air conditioning, that seems alien and strange and scary.
That is true.
But
it's like a hole. It's an area to grow into and like inhabit, It wants to expand. The more leaves and the more surface area it can take up, the more it can feed.
It was one little strand. You should see it now. It's like a whole, like it's like there's a whole hanging plant crawling inside my window.
Oh, cool.
It's fucked up, man. Cool. So maybe I'll do something. Maybe I won't. Might be interesting for people to look at when they come over.
Don't ask. I don't want to upset it.
Don't antagonize it. Don't feed it any beer. It acts weird when it's drunk.
And that's all you get. Free preview, remember? But we've got more. Check out all of the Steve Dahl Network offerings and become a valued subscriber. Go to doll.com and sign up today. Offer not valid in Moldavia, 3 Mile Island, and Kyrgyzstan.